And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to What's for Dinner. Hope you're doing good. Today's Wednesday. It's about 3:45. So we're eating at our normal time as early as possible.
Yeah.
So what do we have going on today, hon?
So we made, ribeye and filet
Okay.
and cheddar bacon brats.
Yes, yum. And then besides that, we're actually eating some veg here tonight. What's going on with this green stuff on our plate?
Yeah,
What is
so
that?
this is cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
Cabbage with a whole bunch of garlic cloves pressed in there, an
Lots.
onion,
Yep.
bacon.
Mm-hmm. Egg.
Oh, I did put in egg, that's
Yeah,
why
we put
it looks
3
like
eggs
that.
in there. Yeah, we got some eggs in there for some extra protein. And you put butter in there too, so it's got lots of fat it cooked in.
Yeah, butter and bacon grease.
Just so everybody knows, this is like, it's like, oh my gosh. The first time you did this it's been a couple months since we
Yeah.
had it, but we were on this cabbage thing for a couple of weeks. And it is so good. Like the way you make it, I don't know what it is. Like all
Yeah.
the fat in it and everything. It's amazing. Doesn't taste like cabbage.
So people are gonna look, okay, so go ahead.
Oh,
and
sorry.
Then we have eggs.
Yeah. So then we have the eggs over here cooking.
And I didn't make bacon, but we do have bacon in the fridge if anyone is interested.
Yep. And there's that cabbage concoction again. And then, so I did these on the grill, the barbecue grill, charcoal grill, excuse me, tonight. Okay. So, is it my turn? Will anything that we made tonight cause our blood sugar or insulin to spike, and why is that important?
It will not, your laundry's done.
It is.
It will not, but some people will look at this and think, I can't eat this is too much fat, and I'm gonna clog my arteries. And the things I hear and see in these groups I'm in, it's crazy. But no, none of this will spike your sugar. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease, heart attack, and stroke. Sugar causes inflammation and nicks and insulin to rise, and insulin activates the clotting cascade, which sets you up for heart attack and stroke. So diabetics are at double and triple the risk for heart attack and stroke. The end.
Wow. Very concise. Like it. Right on. So we wanted to talk a little bit tonight about exercise. So, and specifically in the title we mentioned, like what's better as far as weight loss and fat loss is when you ask people, hey, how do you exercise if you want to lose weight? What's most people going to say? They're going to say,
First they say I walk 10,000 steps.
yeah, cardio is where I was trying to get
Cardio.
at.
And
So,
then,
yeah, cardio. So we don't really necessarily believe that. I think we try and take a little bit of a different approach to that. So some of you have heard this from me before. It'll just be like a little bit of a reinforcement of what we've already talked about. But you have this thing called your basal metabolic rate, or your resting metabolic rate. So what that is all your systems in your body, your muscles, your bones, your brain, your heart, your lungs, all of those require energy to function properly. So that energy they use is in the form of calories. That's how we count them, as using calories and whatnot. So in that energy, those calories they're expending in order to make all of those functions work properly. So what your resting metabolic or your basal metabolic rate is just the amount of calories your body needs, and it uses every 24 hours just to keep you alive. Those are just those basic functions. It doesn't include exercise. It just means breathing and all the stuff that we digesting food, things like that. So we went down the road of the basal metabolic rate and the resting metabolic rate because Teresa, her first love here is hormones. I don't know if anybody knows this, but she likes hormones. So we got into this because we would put females she would put females on these hormones, and the hormones, especially testosterone, are anabolic, so they build muscle. But women would get on that and they would say, oh my gosh, like I'm on these hormones, I'm supposed to lose weight, I'm gaining weight. So we were like, oh my gosh, yeah, you are gaining weight. We knew what was going on. We knew they were putting on muscle, but we needed a way to show them that. So we bought a body composition analysis machine, and that measures your muscle mass, your fat mass, and your water, how much water you have in your body. Now, some of the better ones also do bone, but the bone ones are a little more expensive. But in any case, that machine also measures your basal or resting metabolic rate. So what we knew was going on, we just verified with the body composition machine that we use. So what would happen was some ladies would put on, let's say over the course of a year, they would put on 10 pounds of muscle, and we could measure that, and they would put on 8 pounds of fat. So technically they're putting on weight, but they wouldn't put on fat. They would lose 8 pounds of fat, but they would put on 10 pounds of muscle. And then the difference was 2 pounds. So they actually put on 2 pounds. But but we didn't care that they were putting on 2 pounds because it was muscle. Now, muscle is one of those systems in your body that uses calories, and it's the most calorie expending organ or system in your body. So per pound of muscle, you burn about 20 calories every 24 hours. So by putting on 10 pounds of, and this is per day, so by putting on 10 pounds of muscle over the course of the year, a female would be able to burn more than 200 calories per day extra beyond what they were burning before. So this is why we really care about muscle mass, and we care about the resting metabolic rate. Is we don't really care about weight loss, we care about fat loss. We want to lose fat, we want to at least preserve muscle or put on muscle.
And you don't see that on the scale, and you don't see your fatty liver reversing and your fatty pancreas reversing. You don't see any of that.
Yeah. So in any case, so let's put this, let me give you guys an example of how this works. So let's say you go to the gym or you go out on the road and you run, for an hour, and you're sweating and you've done a bunch of work and you've got some sort of a caloric meter on you that tells you how many calories you burned over that course. So let's say you're doing a cardiovascular event like running. Well, you burn, say, 300 calories because you worked really hard. Good job. Great on you for doing that, okay? But those 300 calories, that's one and done, okay? So if you want to maintain a caloric expenditure by exercise, you've got to do that every day, or at least multiple times per week. Now, let's talk about taking an hour and doing resistance training instead. So you go to the gym now, you spend an hour in the gym, which I'll get into the timing, you don't even need to spend that long. But let's say you spend an hour in a gym and you do a really intense resistance training exercise, but you only burn off maybe 100 calories in that hour that you've worked out. Okay, so you burned 100 calories, big deal. But here's the deal. You've been breaking down, as long as you've been reaching your full potential, you've been hitting complete muscle failure on the muscles that you're working. You've broken those muscles down and you've signaled your body that your muscles are not sufficient the way they are. They have to rebuild bigger and stronger and faster, whatever you're training for. And so what will happen is for the next 24, 48, 72 hours, depending upon the individual, you will continue to burn calories because your body is going to build muscle and is going to start building all those tissues back up. So in the long run, you end up burning quite a few more calories from that workout. But what's even better is now on top of burning the calories per workout, you're also putting on muscle. And that muscle, remember, when you're building lean muscle, and we're talking about the basal metabolic rate, that's 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year that your body is burning calories just to keep you alive. Yeah. So the more muscle, the more calories you burn, the healthier you are. There's your metabolic health.
And you don't get that with running, and you don't get it with your 10,000 steps. And when you age, like even 30 and above, you start to lose muscle mass. And that's why little old ladies and little old men who are sarcopenic, means no muscle mass, are frail and elderly, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Well, after we had realized all this with the basal metabolic rate, we also came across at one of the low carb conferences a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ben Bokikio. We call him Dr. Benbo for short. Super sweet guy. He's older. Anyway, he came up with this resistance training workout called SMART training. Okay, so it's a resistance training, so you can use bands, you can use machines, you can use free weights, you can even use body weight for these exercises. But the idea or the concept is to do what they call it's SMART. It's oh my gosh,
slow maximum.
Well, so SMART stands for slow maximum resistance training, but the type of training is time under tension, is what I was trying to get at. So time under tension is just essentially it's you going really, really slow with each repetition. But all this to being said is that you can do an entire body SMART training workout in about 15 to 17 minutes. And as long as you are if you're reaching your full maximum potential and you are reaching muscle failure, you are sending those signals to your brain that your body is insufficient the way it is, and it will rebuild it bigger, stronger, faster. So twice a week, 15 minutes, you're done for real. This stuff really works versus going to the gym every day, going out on the road and running every day. I mean, if you like it, good on you. Go do it. Have fun. But if you're one of those people who, a working professional, you got family, you've got other stuff going on, then, this slow maximum resistance training is the way to go because it's really convenient time-wise. There's no excuse not to be able to do these workouts. Yep. So, did I say enough?
Yes.
Okay. So I hope everybody was able to track all that.
How many minutes is this?
We're at about 9 minutes and 40 seconds now. So what else did you want to go over?
That's it.
All right.
That's it. It just, we want to preserve muscle mass. Muscle mass, some of these things, visceral fat, sleep, these are all pillars of health.
That's a great point too. So we're talking about muscle mass, and here's the problem with yo-yo dieting is because yo-yo dieting does not preserve muscle mass.
No.
So when you're going on a calorie restriction, let's pick on Weight Watchers. You know, you got points and you're going on this calorie restricted diet. You go on these diets, you don't preserve protein, so you lose some fat, but you also lose muscle, you lose water weight and whatnot. And then eventually you give in because, you know, eventually you're going to be hungry because you're restricting calories, and hunger always wins.
Always.
So then you fall off the wagon, you start eating again. Here's the problem. Remember what I told you about basal metabolic rate. Now all of a sudden you're going back into where you're putting all this fat on, but you have less muscle than you had before.
Yeah.
You're actually ruining your metabolism. So I don't know how many clients and how many patients we've had come in the office who have done this for years. They've been on and off Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig, I don't think they're around anymore, but they've done that, or whatever these different programs are for weight loss, and it's just yo-yo.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when they've come in to see us, they're incredibly obese and they have very little lean muscle mass. So we have to work on losing fat and preserving muscle, folks.
Yep.
Did I just take over again?
No, it's
all right.
fine.
Anyway, should I stop there?
Yeah.
Okay,
This is your area, so
Right
it's all
on.
good.
Well, all right, guys. Well, anyway, tell us what you're having for dinner, and if you have any questions, shoot them our way. And we love you guys, and
Yes.
God bless you all, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.